Face recognition is one of the coolest features in IMatch. It is a two-step process. In the first step, IMatch identifies faces in your images, and in the second step, it links these faces to persons you have created. There are multiple ways to initiate face detection in IMatch. They are all explained in the face recognition and people help topic in the IMatch help system. For this demonstration, I just select a bunch of files in a file window and then choose the Detect Faces command from the context menu. IMatch now starts face detection in the background and we just have to wait until it has finished. Done. All images with at least one recognized face now show the face annotation icon in the file window. To see the results of the face detection, I open the files in the viewer. IMatch has detected 5 faces in this image. IMatch did not detect a face for this young cowboy. This can happen for a variety of reasons. For example, when the face is averted from the camera or it is covered partially by hair, large sunglasses or similar. We can handle these cases with something called a manual face annotation. I'll explain that in a minute. To assign a person to a face, you select the face annotation and press F2 on your keyboard, or you click on the question mark icon. This opens the person selector. Since this is a new database, no persons exist yet. So we have to create a person first and then can assign it to this face. F2 to create a new person and open the person editor. IMatch has already filled in the minimum details we need, so we only need to confirm by pressing save. The person has been created and has been assigned to this face. What you can't see is the work IMatch is doing in the background. When you assign a person to a face, the IMatch AI learns and analyzes all existing face annotations to find matches for this person. When I now navigate the images loaded in the viewer, I can see that IMatch has automatically detected and assigned the person Sarah Jane Miller to several of the images. IMatch uses 2 different colors to indicate the status of a person assignment. If the color is green, like in this case, the assignment is confirmed. This person is truly Sarah Jane Miller. If the color is red, the person assignment is unconfirmed. The IMatch AI has assigned a person, but it is not sure if it is the correct person. It wants us to confirm the assignment by clicking this button. Confirming a face like this also trains the AI. Again, the AI searches the database for unconfirmed or unassigned faces and finds matches for Sarah Jane Miller. To recap, we repeat these steps, but this time with Frank Miller. Select the face of the person in the viewer and press F2 to open the person selector. We enter Frank Miller and create a new person by pressing F2 again. The required information has already been filled in, so we only need to press save for now. This assigns the person Frank Miller to this face. Creating a new person and assigning the person to a face has trained the AI. It is now able to recognize Frank Miller in the database, at least in all images where the face of Frank is similar to this one. Let's check out the images loaded in the viewer. Detected, good. Detected, good. Not detected. What happened? We have so far trained only one face of Frank Miller at a specific age. This is a much younger version of Frank, so the AI has a hard time to recognize him. To handle this, we just open the person selector with F2 and assign Frank Miller to this younger version of him. Now the AI has been trained to recognize Frank at 2 different ages. And if we now browse the remaining files, he has been recognized, and recognized. I have repeated these steps, creating a person and assigning the person to a number of face annotations to train the AI with other images in the database. Now that we have created a number of persons and assigned faces to them, let's switch to the people view and have a look. The people view in IMatch is where you see all the persons you have created and the images containing these persons. To edit a person's data, just double-click on the person in the people view. This opens the person editor. Here you can fill in mandatory and optional information about the person, from keywords, categories, day of birth, and other data. As always, check the IMatch help system for full details. Remember this little guy, which wasn't identified the last time because his face is averted from the camera? To deal with this, we use something that's called a manual face annotation. To create a manual face annotation, click this icon. This creates a new empty face annotation, and we resize it roughly to match the face and confirm. And now we have created a manual face annotation. You can tell by this little circle on top, which doesn't show in regular face annotations. We can now click the manual face annotation and either assign an existing person or create a new person, as in this case. Now the person has been assigned to this face. From now on, all face-related features in IMatch work exactly the same as with the face annotation created by the AI. Another way to deal with unrecognized faces, like in this case, is to use copy and paste in the viewer. I select the face annotation, I copy it into the clipboard, I paste it into this image, resize it to match the face, and confirm it. Now this person has been assigned to this face. It's still a manual face annotation, but all the person-related features will work, and the image will show up in the people view for Sarah Jane Miller. And yes, manual face annotations can also be used to handle very difficult cases. Usually you start face recognition in the file window for entire folders. But you can run face detection for individual files directly in the viewer by pressing the F6 key or using the corresponding menu command. One face was not detected, so we create a manual face annotation for this face. And as you can see, the AI has assigned a person to this face, but obviously it's the wrong person. So we correct that by firing up the person selector and selecting the correct person. While you can process faces as you go in the viewer, and often you will, the Face Manager is a much better tool to process large numbers of faces with a minimum of effort. To open the Face Manager, select the face annotation linked to a person and then press F4 on your keyboard. The Face Manager opens, showing all faces associated with this person. You can now switch between all faces, only confirmed faces, unconfirmed faces, trained faces, and rejected faces for this person. Use the buttons at the bottom to delete, reject, or train faces as needed. In this case, I'm going to ensure that only the correct faces are confirmed.